You're about to meet a man who has spent his life trying to make a difference in his community, and now legendary rapper Dupré Kelly goes by a new barrier-breaking title. It's councilman, and he's trying to improve the lives of everyone in his Newark neighborhood. Our Linsey Davis has his remarkable story.
Now right off South Orange on the block of 19 across 13th Ave is my stomping ground.
Born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, Dupré "DoItAll" Kelly went from rapping about his hood in the 90s to repping it nearly 3 decades later.
Man, how do you follow the mayor of Newark, New Jersey?
Kelly, of the legendary rap group Lords of the Underground, is the first platinum-selling hip-hop artist in the country to ever become an elected official.
Thank you to the West Ward of Newark, New Jersey. Thank you to Mayor Ras J. Baraka. Thank you.
Now 51 and serving as a council member for Newark's West Ward, Kelly says he's hip-hop all grown up.
Tupac Shakur and I had a conversation, over 30 years ago, and he said, dude, we can't move from where we're from. We have to stay there. We have to replant in the same soil that we grew from, So that's why I'm still here.
Still here in his old stomping grounds, as he says, governing where he grew.
And they didn't get the do-it-all on there.
Yeah, do it all, right?
Inside his office in Newark City Hall.
How does it feel to have this hanging in City Hall?
Man, that's an honor.
This platinum record, an ever-present reminder of his first passion, music. But even back then, many of his lyrics were about his love for his city.
I was listening to TikTok, and right at the end of the song it says, "'Cause from the hood I came, and to the hood I must return."
Yeah.
But it seems like from early on, the thought was, I'm gonna govern where I grew.
We talk about a song that I wrote over 30 years ago, and I didn't think that it would have an impact. I was just speaking my truth through a different pathway. Across South Orange Avenue, tick-tock, this is how we rock.
Kelly's activism for the community started when he was young, with hip-hop culture and his neighborhood serving as the inspiration for the message in his music. His mentor and former manager always encouraged him to pursue his passion.
Remember, hip-hop at its inception, at the very beginning, was very political. This really is a challenge for hip-hop to get back to its roots. His activism goes back to being as a teenager. This is a natural progression from being a frontline artist, an activist artist, to a public servant.
I'm a son of Newark. Mm-hmm. I know those streets. I know those avenues. I came up in that ward. I was born in that ward. I went to school in that ward. I was part of the programming in that ward. I want to create some of the same and similar opportunities that I had growing up in that area.
So this is where it all started.
Yes, this is where it all started. South 19th Street, Newark, New Jersey, the West Ward.
The first floor of this pale blue childhood home, sandwiched between the houses on South 19th Street, is where he used to write rhymes and dream about the possibilities for the future.
Tell me about what happened inside this house.
Oh man, so many things happening inside this house. I had a mother who showed me what unconditional love was. I wrote some of our biggest selling records, taking care of my little sister when my mother wasn't home. The house was at the center of it all for me.
He was raised by Brenda Kelly, a single mother who says her son's familiar face in this neighborhood helps citizens feel more comfortable about the politician they voted for.
No one trusts politicians, and rightly so. He gets out there, and by him being born there, they trust him. They finally had someone from their home that could represent them.
It almost didn't happen. Back in 2018, Kelly lost the race for councilman.
In 2018, I don't feel like it was a loss. I learned so much that I couldn't stop. I would have felt like a sucker.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
On June 14th, he was sworn into office, representing not just his block, but Newark's West Ward after winning with 58% of the vote.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Newark Municipal Council.
Food insecurity, affordable housing, child illiteracy are just some of the issues that Kelly says that he'll tackle in his West Ward revitalization plan.
Yeah, man, we just want to come out here and represent for you.
Tell us about 211.
211 Community Impact Started off with education, started off with literacy, and then we became everything. So that started to put me more at the doors, in the households, in the community, hand to hand with the people.
Kelly has converted his former campaign headquarters into a space for community outreach and participation.
He born and raised here. He went out and secured a career, but he took care of his family. But guess what? His family included the community.
From South Orange to Ivy Hill.
Right.
Thank you very
And
much.
I'll go with the
Gracias.
rainbow.
The councilman walks through these streets with great pride and unwavering dedication to his people.
How important is it, do you think, for the residents here to see somebody who's, as you've been saying, governing where they grew?
When you grow up here in bad times or good times, well, you're closest to the people who struggle, and that struggle creates passion. And that passion comes from the pain that the people feel. And when you understand the pain, you can address it better.
Kelly says the place that raised him is what made him.
I just believe when you love your city, you can change it.
He's gone from rapping about his experience to now trying to beat the rap that politicians rarely make a difference in their communities.
One thing I can say is all of the money that I've made with hip hop and all of the accolades that we receive from hip hop, it doesn't compare to being a giver in your own city for everything that you're doing in the community. That's bigger than a platinum record.
Together we can do it. Together we can do it. Together we can do it.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.